unless Karen's willing to help him. All right. All right, Part B, medical payments. All right. So medical payments coverage covers all reasonable medical and funeral expenses incurred by an insured in an accident. Okay, so medical coverage is for the insured as opposed to liability coverage, okay, which is for the other party. The named insured and family members are covered, okay, while occupying any motor vehicle. So your personal auto policy will cover your bodily injuries or funeral costs regardless of where you are, or if you're a pedestrian and you're struck by a motor vehicle. So you're walking, you're struck by a motor vehicle, your injury is covered by your personal auto policy. Okay? Other persons occupying a covered auto are covered, so somebody in your car is covered. If an insured is operating a borrowed vehicle, passengers other than the family of the insured are not covered in a non-owned vehicle. So if you are in someone else's car and there are people in the car other than your family that are injured, okay, then they are not covered by your policy. The policy, they have to have a policy, because remember, the policy follows you and your family. Okay? Okay. So you've got a 3-year limitation on medical services rendered. So what this says is, if you're injured, then you've got to get it taken care of within 3 years. Okay? It gets really tough to prove that injuries were related to an accident 3 years later. Okay? And the coverage is not based on fault. So you're going to be covered, and then if there's a liability issue, your insurance company will take care of that. They will try to recover. Okay? All right, exclusions to a bodily injury. Okay. If you're occupying a vehicle with fewer than 4 wheels, if you've got a 3-wheeler, or if you've got an all-terrain vehicle, or if you have a motorcycle or a snowmobile, you got to have a separate policy. We'll cover that. Okay. Once again, if you're involved in business, no, you're not covered. Okay. If you are living in your car, it's not covered. Bodily injury is not covered. Okay. You always have to get permission. That's important for insurance. Do not race, obviously. All right. And once again, anytime there are multiple policies on one vehicle or on one family, then they all have to be informed of what the coverages are so that they can pay their pro rata share. And once again, the insurance coverage, your insurance coverage, is excess over any other insurance for a non-owned vehicle. So if you're in a non-owned vehicle, then that insurance company covers. So let's look at an example. Kinsey is driving her car. She picks up Micah for lunch. Kinsey hits some ice and runs into another car. Micah's medical bills are $6,000. Kinsey's policy limit is $5,000. Kinsey's policy will pay $5,000. Micah's policy, okay, so let's see, for a non-owned vehicle. So Micah is in a non-owned vehicle, and so his coverage is excess, okay, in a non-owned vehicle. He's in Kinsey's car. Kinsey's coverage is primary, and Micah's is excess. Okay? So Kinsey's coverage is primary for Kinsey, also primary for Micah. Micah's coverage is excess. Okay? So it's important for you to understand how these policies work in terms of primary and excess, because you'll be given some examples on the exam, and you have to determine whose policy is going to pay what. Okay? So your policy is going to follow you around, but it's either going to be primary or excess depending on whether you're in a vehicle that is covered for you or not. All right. Let's look at uninsured motorists. You know what? I think, bear with me for just 1 second. Let's see how far this goes, because I think we're going to stop there. Yes. We're going to stop here. Yes. We'll stop here, and you guys take a breather, and I'm going to do some push-ups, some one-arm push-ups, and then we'll come back and cover slides 14 through 28. Peace out. Shalom.